Okay, in this example, we have the integral of a rational function once again, and we want to try to break up this fraction into its partial fractions decomposition so that we might be able to integrate. So let's start with our rational function, 6x plus 7 divided by x plus 2 squared. And I want you to notice that the denominator, x plus 2, is a linear term, but it's squared, which means that it's repeated. So that when we decompose this into partial fractions, we're going to need a constant for the denominator of x plus 2 and another constant for x plus 2 squared. So I'm going to use an a and a b. And the reason for this is that if you imagine, if I just had a over x plus 2 plus b over x plus 2, then x plus 2 would be the common denominator. But x plus 2 squared is the common denominator, so we have to allow for the possibility of having a single x plus 2 as well as x plus 2 squared. Okay, so now our next step is to work on that right-hand side, get the common denominator, multiply a and b accordingly as we might need to, and then equate the numerators. So on the right side, the common denominator will be x plus 2 squared. To get the first fraction over x plus 2 squared, we need to multiply top and bottom by x plus 2. And the second one, since it's already over x plus 2 squared, we don't need to multiply b by anything. And now notice that the fraction on the right side and the fraction on the left side have exactly the same denominator, which means that their numerators have to be equal to each other. So we're going to write that 6x plus 7 must be equal to a times x plus 2 plus b. And at this point, we have a couple of different methods we could use. We could set up a system of equations and compare like terms on both sides of the equation, or as I did in the previous example, we could plug in a strategic number for x that will zero out one of the terms on the right side. I'm going to do that. So when I'm looking at a times x plus 2, if we let x be negative 2, I know that this term will become 0. So let's let x be negative 2 and see if that allows us to solve for b. But we have to put in negative 2 into the entire equation so that it stays balanced. So on the left, we're going to have 6 times negative 2 plus 7. And on the right side, well, negative 2 in the first term will give us the 0, so we'll just have b. So this will give us the value of b. So that's negative 12 plus 7 equals b. So we can see that b will be negative 5. Okay, and now we can really put in any other value of x and use our value of b. So we can find any value of x we want, an easy one, use the value of b that we have found so that we can solve for a. So an easy value for x, I'm just going to put in 0. And on the left side, 0 times 6 is 0, so we'll just have a 7. On the right side, we'll have an a times 0 plus 2, which is 2, and b, which we know is negative 5. So I'm using the value of b that we've already found so that we can solve for a. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides, which will give us a 12 on the left and 2a. And so dividing both sides by 2, we see that a is equal to 6. Great, so we have found a and b. All right, so let's set up our integral. I'm going to look at the right side of the equation and use those partial fractions so that I can integrate more easily. So our integral will be a, which is 6, over x plus 2 dx, minus b, which is 5, over x plus 2 squared dx. So I basically used our partial fraction decomposition from above and plugging in the values of a and b that we've already found. And as you probably already know, if you've been watching my videos, I like to pull out the constant so it's a little bit easier to see how to integrate. And we'll just tackle each integral separately. 1 over something that's linear is usually a natural log. You can do a u sub, but it'll be 1 over u du, so this will just be 6 times the natural log of x plus 2. If you need to do this separately, that's fine. What I did here was a u substitution, letting u be the denominator. And the integral on the right, well, this is x plus 2 to the negative 2 power. So we could do another u sub here. And let's let u be x plus 2. Then du is exactly dx. So the integral is 1 over u squared du, or u to the negative 2 du, which we know how to integrate using the power rule. So adding 1 to the exponent will give us u to the negative 1 divided by negative 1. So this is negative 1 over u. And our u was x plus 2. So we're ready to write our final answer, which is from the first integral 6 times the natural log absolute value of x plus 2. And then we have a negative 5 times a negative from here, so plus 5 over x plus 2, right? I'm using what we already found here from our u substitution, and then plus our arbitrary constant c. And there is our final solution. So in this example, we saw that we had a repeated linear factor, and so we needed a contribution for the linear factor itself plus the linear factor squared. If it were cubed, we would need x plus 2 squared, and x plus 2 cubed.